Since Kate Middleton, it was announced that she was suffering from pre-cancerous cells, different terminology than from the cancer that we thought she had. It looks like things might not be going well with her. It looks like things could also have been a setup. But a setup from whom? The establishment, Camilla the rat, William and his egghead, many a people. I'm so sorry, my camera is so over this topic that the ring light just went off. I'm actually screaming. This is Marab Morali. Hopefully you guys are all doing well today. Back at it again. It is daily and consistent content, and let's get straight into this video. So since it's been announced, guys, that basically Kate has not been well with these precancerous cells, a high elite reporter, let's just say, in the Royal Rota, of course, decided to write the script different, or was told to, when it comes to this press release via Sky News.
William has given an update on the Princess of Wales's health. Kate revealed in September she had completed chemotherapy after the discovery of precancerous cells in March.
It looks like, there have been questions about what is going on. People have been upset by this, press release. They believe that the royal family are very low to pretend that she would have cancer to incite sympathy, a popularity vote at a time, March this year, especially this year in general, where the royal family's popularity is very low, that they would try and do stuff like this. The Remembrance Day, I believe, stuff was about to take place or have taken place with the royal family, not really following them at the moment, to be honest, and there are no crowds to be seen. It's just another simple example, repetitive example, that nobody really checks for these people anymore. But the Daily Beast have come out with an article, and of course, it is very intriguing for how they have worded this article. But Tom Sykes is somebody who, in my opinion, is definitely well connected to the royal family. Kate cancer fakery allegation, force palace media cleanup, mixed messages, a simple error or a deliberate hint. In an old Sky News story that has finally been altered, set the cat amongst the pigeons. I think the key words are deliberate hint. People are putting him out there. Both William and Camilla are hanging her out there, and I think watch for Christmas to see if something else might take place. This is what I feel like is happening. The establishment is hanging Kate Middleton out there. She's got people around her, some kind of setup, because she's barely done any public working engagement. She doesn't want to work, she doesn't want to do anything. Remembrance Sunday, Christmas carols. Outside of that, what was the last time? At Wimbledon? We have barely seen this woman do anything. And Wimbledon is her watching a tennis match, not really do any public working engagements. So I think that some kind of setup is definitely going on, especially with Tom Sykes making this article and giving us a notion of a deliberate hint to let us know that there was no cancer actually involved, rather it was just health issues, scare issues, precancerous cells, and etc. Because as far as I'm concerned, there's been no visual representation of somebody like her going through the stages of cancer from what I know of, and it is very intriguing, and people have questions, and I don't think it's wrong for anybody to question if she did really have cancer. I don't think it's insensitive. This is somebody who is living based on our tax-paying money, and if we're funding people's lives, we have a right as citizens of the United Kingdom to ask what is going on with our money. Why are the royal family getting it, especially with that Channel 4 documentary that just came out exposing William and Charles for stealing money from our NHS, our healthcare system, and so much so forth. So I don't think it's insensitive, so please spare me with those conversations about being rude or insensitive or etc. How dare you. I don't think it is at all, especially with there being an announcement of precancerous cells, and now Tom Sykes coming out with this article saying that a deliberate hint to let us know that somebody in the establishment is hanging this woman dry and she doesn't even know it. This article from the Sky News, this precancerous cells, it went viral, and a lot of people all over, even in the States, were speaking about this conversation. So it doesn't look good for her, for the fact that it's now being masked as precancerous cells. Somebody who looked absolutely amazing on her first comeback, still locks of hair, everything, face looks like it's been tightened. I mean, to be honest with you, it just looks like it was a break, and the precancerous cells has got everybody talking about Kate Middleton once again, but not about her, more so about what really is going on behind the scenes and what the establishment is doing. Now, in other news, Prince William was booed at some university where he was going to do a talk. The students were simply not there for him, and when the lower generations, the younger generations, When they are not here for you and they are booing you, it definitely is a good indication that you are not going to be popular amongst them as you get older and you are crowned the king. He was booed. I believe he was also late as well, and the crowds weren't really there for him as much as people would have anticipated. Crowds simply just weren't there for him. Nobody really was excited to see him, and it's just another example that this man is just not popular. Yet again, another example of not enough crowds and people booing William. It's just a plain reminder that this is basically not popular. It's not working out for him. He should quit while he's ahead. Now, it's been announced that Camilla will be returning soon. There are some public engagements that are set in her schedule and that she is doing okay and that she is recovering. Unfortunately, I don't think anybody was waiting desperately to find out what was going on with Camilla. I think I was grateful for the fact that we didn't know what was going on with her. We were fine with it. We were elated. We were jubilated that this was going on because nobody likes Camilla after what she did to Diana. I think it's very much apparent for everybody to see. But I wanted to give you guys this quick royal run-do with everything that is going on, and my eyes are definitely on at Kate Middleton to see what happens at this Christmas carol, what happens with the Sunday remembrance events, just what happens. For the fact that she is doing a Christmas carol event is intriguing to me because she's barely done anything this year. She's barely done anything, guys. She's meant to be a-okay. She's meant to be back in the gyms again, exercising and etc. So if you can do a 50-minute workout, you can absolutely go and do a public engagement, which she's chosen not to do. But she has time to go into the woods with William and do this fake commercial to show how much love there is. Another report came out today about how strong their relationship is. Desperation. These two are not in love. These two do not have a marriage. It is dwindling. They are somewhat now acquaintances at best, just governing and co-parenting children. There's no love between these people. There's no love between these two. It is so sad how this relationship has really died between Kate and William, because when they got married, their wedding was absolutely amazing to see, and you can still see the sparkle in their eyes of such a great celebration for both of them to have. But as time has gone on, their relationship has definitely died down. Nobody's checking for it anymore. The popularity contests have gone down the drain. They just don't seem happy together. Kate's first public engagement back, her face was obviously showing a lot, which everybody was discussing. It's just not been a good year for these two. If anything, it's shown us the fractures in their relationship and how things just aren't as great. They don't have each other's backs like that. They're not putting up a united front. William should have been there 10 toes down for Kate when everything came out with the cancer storyline and etc., but she just wasn't. And now he's out here getting booed, or they have time to make these dumb commercials which don't make any sense. It looks forced, it's PR, and nobody's here for it. These two, they just don't have the natural je ne sais quoi, the chemistry that you would want a king and queen to have, unfortunately, and people are beginning to really see it, especially in this last year. I look back at this year, I look back at December, and when everything was announced with the time for her to be hospitalized, this was the time for William to be her saving grace and to be there publicly defending her, to be there with visiting her in the hospital, sitting on that bench with her. This was the time for William to do everything in this year to show us that he's there for his wife when the going gets tough. But when the going got tough, he disappeared. Not to Turkey to fix that hairline. He just disappeared. He wasn't there like he was meant to be there for her at all. He just was very poised, emotionless when they came to their moments where she had to return and etc. It just didn't look like a united front. This was the time where he could have sold us a perfect relationship, a saving grace man, a man who looked after his wife, soon to be king. This was the time for William's PR game. It fell right into his lap and he failed miserably. And I was just really looking at it today, looking at the last, year, and just thinking about these two and how much William could have told us that he cares for his wife and that he's here for her. But unfortunately, that just didn't take place. Let me know your thoughts are, guys, when it comes to this royal mess. Do subscribe, comment down below. People are setting up Kate, get out of that family if you know what's worth. Look after your children because they're coming for you. It's not good news. That's set up in that script. Somebody did that on purpose, you understand? Because they know what you have and they want people to talk about it because they didn't like the fact that you got away with it and that you've come out on top, and they don't like that at all. Somebody's out there and somebody's coming for you. Subscribe and I'll catch you guys soon.